turbo kit coming in.
This should be really nice. We've got to drive with top down for a test drive.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? We are back. I'm with my friend. He's dropped. Well,
yep,
that's
scratched
gone.
it.
Car's gone.
It's done.
It's ruined now.
We're gonna have to get rid of it.
Yep.
I just knocked it out of alignment.
With my friend Josh. We are pretty much wrapping up the Porsche. As you saw from the last video, the car got running. A couple things I noticed when we did some really cool custom intake work here. We used the old MAF sensor like hub essentially to get this all working. But what I noticed happening was it was struggling to find idle. We had a couple things. I don't think this car has a tune from the supercharger, so I think it is on the stock tune, so I don't think that's the issue. But from what I understood was it takes a little while for the car to almost like relearn it, like the ECU and the map or whatever. And you want to elaborate on that? I'm not 100% sure how that works.
We had the battery disconnected for so long, and with the way the car was running before, that computer probably curved itself a little bit to that supercharger. So now we'll have to, relearn base idle, all of those kind of things.
Any, like mapping or testing or anything like that?
No, we'll just go through with the scanner later on and clear all the basically keep alive memory or adaptive fuel trend memory, whatever you want. All the manufacturers have a different name for that stuff. And we'll relearn all that stuff and try to get it to figure out its idle and
go from there.
All
right, guys, I'm gonna put you on time lapse. We're gonna get started with this intake. It's been, I want to say, like another half hour or so, and Josh came up with, not only this weekend did we invent the Crafton Autoworks exhaust system for a 1997 to 99 Boxster 2.5 liter engine, right?
Yeah, specific for this application.
Yep. We also created the Crafton Autoworks cold air intake.
Right.
High efficiency,
yeah,
ultra
Sidewinder.
cooling. Custom for a 97 to a 99 Porsche. Check this out, guys. In all seriousness, we ran into an issue where we had the air kit that was in here was designed for the supercharger, and because of that, we could not use the one that was on the car already. And we had a few options. Looked online, a few $100s and who knows how many weeks before I got the one that was on this car. Right. Or you were like, we can't even put that stupid box back in. Why not we just make our own? Yeah. Just like the exhaust. You'll hear this exhaust a little more in a second. It's loud. I think I was backing in the other day and you had a WRX drive by. I actually went back and listened to it. This is so much louder that it like confused me. This doesn't sound like a 6-cylinder, I'll tell you that. But anyway, here it is. We have that stainless steel tubing coming out to there, to a little stubby intake. This should be really nice. We're gonna fire this up. The issue we were having the other day was we were struggling with trying to understand why this wouldn't idle. I think we just need to let it run for a while, figure out if it can figure out its idle, and then put all the paneling back. AC, maybe just check things around. Maybe later this week do the alignment, depending on if it's necessary. I mean, if it's even gonna ever go back into alignment. But and then other than that, it's almost done. So let's get this fired back up. Here is a cold start on a 1998 Porsche Boxster.
slow. Way slower.
We've been working with this thing. It starts, the intake looks really good, but the thing I'm noticing right now, and I guess Josh was saying this was pretty normal when you swap an engine, is it's struggling to find idle. So we are just, we started it on, we turned it off a little bit. We're kind of blimping the throttle, trying to see if it would figure idle out and like tapering it down. Still struggling with that. I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I looked into this tune, I looked into it. There was no tune with that supercharger. I'm pretty sure it's just a bolt-on kit.
Right.
So this should be on the stock map.
Yeah.
So, you know, you were in there trying a little bit. What we noticed is just needs to try and find that idle. So we're gonna keep doing that. But
yeah, we're gonna finish the AC and then we'll put the scan tool on it and see if there's some relearns and stuff that we can do for idle.
So
the next day.
It's a new day today and we are back on hopefully what's going to be the last day of rebuilding the Porsche. But here it is. Last thing to do on this is going to be, last time we got this running, and as soon as we got it running, it wouldn't stay running. There's Josh. But essentially it wasn't running because of we thought it was a mass airflow sensor code. So we're going to get that hopefully buttoned up today and take it on test drive. And hopefully, and yeah, and then from there we can finally start actually maybe making some other videos other than just working on it here with it. And then I don't know what's gonna happen after that, so let's get to it. All right, well now it's idling, so that's cool. On its own, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Pop that top.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a huge relief. Top works, everything works on this car. This is a really nice car. It is.
Probably don't want to go all the way down with it without the shield on the back.
Yeah, good call, good call.
Yeah. Don't want to destroy that piece of plastic back there.
That thing is very expensive.
I'm sure. It says Porsche on it. Or Mercedes-Benz, I don't know now.
Or Bosch. Who knows? That's really good right now.
I think because the fuel trims were way off.
I mean, it sounds like a proper, like, straight 6.
Right.
Well, guys, there we go. Now the car is freaking idling and sounds decent. Okay, so as you can see, the car is driving on its own will. So now really the last things to do today are gonna be, we still have to do an alignment, which lucky for me, Josh already has that here. So he's got a little nifty alignment section in a shop. So we're gonna get that done.
That's weird.
Or maybe, that's that one right there. No, we're good. All right. But, so we got the alignment and then we've got some cover pieces to put on and whatnot. It's still throwing an MAF code. So we're gonna have to look into that a little more, but the cleaning of that MAF seemed to really take care of it. Now idles on its own. It's not obnoxiously loud. You like this loud better or what it was like a couple weeks ago?
This is way better.
This is like manageable, sounds good.
Yeah.
He made this in like an afternoon and put the stock tip back on, so you really can't, like, if you're just looking at it, you really cannot tell the difference, and it sounds way better than that broken stock exhaust. So that's exciting. So let's get this on time lapse and get this alignment done. Okay, it's probably been a little bit longer. Alignment's good. Turned out pretty well.
Yep, turned out great.
The car does have a full-blown adjustable racing, or I would kind of racing suspension set on here, so it's a little bit lower to the ground. I was a little nervous to drive it up here, not gonna lie. So we had to make a change halfway through. But last thing now left to do is there was some plastic covering here we got to put on, tighten some of the stuff up. I think we said the shifter cables or something like that.
Bolts, just
tightened. Just make sure all this stuff's tight. There's something rubbing back here, and then we're gonna go for a test drive, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's done.
Is that a good thing?
That's a good thing.
I think you're done working on this as well.
That I am.
Yes.
I don't know. I always get okay. What did we forget? Did we forget anything? When you do this big of a job, but
yeah,
you know, we did take our time with this one. So,
and there was that exhaust again, in case any of you missed it. So, you know, we saved our cats.
Yeah.
used the C pipe that came from the factory, welded on a stainless steel, and welded it up to the factory tip. So when I lower this back down, I'll show you, but it looks, I mean, you can't even tell that there's something down here. We got rid of that giant, disgusting muffler, so.
That probably weighed, if I had to guess, that muffler probably weighs 40 or 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And we took that off, just used the tip, and these two pipes and the factory hanger that was on the muffler, we actually repurposed that for this exhaust to hang it. And there may be 3 pounds in this exhaust that we put on there. So essentially, if it was 50 pounds, we just shaved 47 pounds off the rear of this car.
And when we were having trouble with the MAF and it not idling, it sounded obnoxious, like almost like, it didn't sound like a Porsche.
Yeah.
Now that it's starting to, you know, like actually idle and like, you know, operate correctly, it sounds really good. So you guys will hear it in a little bit when we go on a drive. But all right, let's get to Bolton. Well, anyway, all right, guys, we are pretty much done now. The alignment went pretty well, I think, and then the rest of the covers and stuff got put on. So now Josh's gonna back it out, and then we're about to go on the first test drive. Cold start, kind of cold start. It does not sound like a Boxster. I don't know what it sounds like, but it sounds good. What do you think?
It's done. It's alive.
Yeah. Ready to go for a drive?
Yeah, let's do this.
Why don't you drive first? All right, first drive in the Porsche Boxster. I'm letting Josh do it, you know? He said the most exciting thing about this car, because he doesn't like Porsches, is to be able to drive it. So you know, why not? better than the Pontiac?
My Pontiac?
Just get a Pontiac.
Just say, maybe a Pontiac, not my Pontiac.
I can't believe this thing moves.
It felt like it never was after everything we've been through.
I feel like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong in this car. Sounds good.
It does.
Sounds not like what I expected it to sound like. Working out pretty well.
Yeah.
Never had a convertible before, so this is nice.
Feels fancy.
Yeah, look at this red leather interior. It's
The
more than
shifter is
you.
actually pretty, it's got a good throw to it.
Does it? I wonder if it's been changed.
I don't know, it looks stock, but I like the throw
You
of
ever
it.
seen the Fast and Furious where he's like, nice ride, pal? And it's like, this is a Ferrari. More than you can afford, pal.
What's the retail on one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
That's how this car makes people feel, even though it's worth nothing.
Brakes feel solid. I like the pedal.
Yeah.
It's nice and firm, but you can tell when you get into it, it's gonna
got that
be
stopping
there.
power.
Yeah, it's gonna be there if you need it. We'll get up on research.
The hazards work just in case.
just in case lights.
The AC seems to be pretty good. Let me bump it up. Put on the AC on. Yep.
Actually turn the snow.
Yeah, actually, yep. There we go.
Instead of just blowing air around.
Cigarette lighter thing works. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be a really nice car.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. It sounds different.
It definitely does.
Because it's not obnoxious. not an in-your-face annoying sound like I thought it was gonna be. Wow, that is ice cold. Holy. Whoops. Holy heck. This car just feels good. Oh, there we go. Yeah. The underpass sounds.
Yep.
What do you think?
It drives great. I mean,
Yeah.
straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
That alignment is on.
I don't know what a stock one's like, so I'm sure this. I always hear, you know, if you're on a budget and you want to make a noticeable mod to your car, suspension's always one of the biggest things you can do for the ride difference. So I don't know what a normal one feels like, but this is cornering pretty well. And it handles really well. Wow, that sounds really good.
It does. And this isn't getting on it hard. This is
That's the Crafton Autoworks. If you want one, just the link in the description below.
Yep.
Yeah. You've got a 98 Porsche Boxster, or by that means anything. I don't know how well you can hear us because we are driving top down. But if you want an exhaust made and you want to do it in the least imaginable way possible, he's got you covered.
All day.
Yeah. Lights work and everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I mean, it's cruising good, nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Feels good.
So I think you can only take the top up and down on this car when the e-brake's engaged.
Correct.
I could unplug the fuse for it, but we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Keep this nice. We're putting some miles on it now. It's crazy. Yeah. Never thought it would go past 31,945. It drives really good. That is honestly super nice. The exhaust isn't, it's probably its throatiest around like the, I want to say the like under 2,000 RPMs, but once you get back up and running, it's not bad. So I'll have to see how it goes on the highway with drone and stuff, but if it's not a big deal, no big deal. You know, it's not gonna be a big concern to me. But guys, if you enjoyed this, like I said, I have no idea how well you can see this. If you enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed this series, I'm not done with the series just yet. We're gonna clean it up, detail it, correction, possibly even a ceramic coat. But if you enjoy this, consider subscribing. You know, share this with your friends. If you guys like this Porsche series, you can work on this thing. It's not the end of the world. Huge thanks to Josh and Crafton Auto Care for, you know, kind of working with me and trying to bring this thing back to life. It's been a really fun project, and I'm going to do some more stuff with it. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.